Hello, I'm going to talk about the interplay of language and thinking. First of all, what is intelligence? Well, intelligence is the application of cognitive skills, knowledge to learn, problem solve, obtain ends valued by the individual and culture. It's multifaceted and functional. Okay, tell us about the Wechsler's intelligent test. It was actually created to overcome some cultural bias. It also measures verbal comprehension, perceptual reasoning, working memory, and processing speed. Okay, what is language? Well, language is a system of sounds, written and spoken communication, and it is highly structural. What is psycholinguistics? Psycholinguistics is how humans acquire and use language. So, the elements of language are syntax, which is arranging words to make sense, semantics, word meanings and sentences, pragmatic, language used in context, and discourse, language beyond the use of sentences. What is top-down processing? Top-down processing, So top-down processing is sensory information interpreted in light of existing context, expectation, prior knowledge to understanding language. What is bottom-up communication? It's individual elements like sounds, letters combined to form a unified perception. What does Chomsky believe about language? Well, Chomsky believes that humans are born with the innate ability to acquire language. Universal language is hardwired to the brain, born with language acquisition device, and there's also a critical period children are ready to learn language at a very young age. When they get older, it gets harder. What is deductive reasoning? Well, the general deductive reasoning is when you assume a general principle is true, and then you assess the information to fit that specific instance and reach a conclusion regarding an individual case. So otherwise, confirmation bias, the barrier to the problem solving is it actually leads to confirmation bias. You're not open to learning something different if you've got deductive reasoning. And what is inductive reasoning? Well, it evaluates the facts and it collects factual information, and you make a decision based on the facts, not your own confirmation bias. So Wolfram, the theorist, believes that language shapes our thoughts, whereas Chomsky believes that our thoughts influence our language. Personally, I think they go hand in hand. Verbal reasoning. Verbal reasoning is laying out problems step by step. What is explicit cognition? Explicit cognition is effortful, it's slow, and allows us to tackle complex tasks. So we remember E for explicit, E for effort. What is implicit communication? Well, implicit communications is ideas that pop into our head. So I for implicit, I for ideas. Good way to remember.